I mean, look, Harry, you know Thomas Tuchel probably better than anybody in this squad. All right, maybe some of the Chelsea players too, but you were very close to Gareth Southgate for so many years as well. What's different?
Good question. I think they're totally different characters, just in their personalities, the way they, the way they are on the pitch and probably off the pitch as well. Obviously, I had a great relationship with Gareth. We were similar in a lot of ways. I think we was quite quiet and quite understanding, and we had a lot of conversations about things. With Thomas, I think he brings a lot more energy, enthusiasm. Already this week on the training pitch, in the meetings, brings a lot of passion when he's talking, and yeah, it's been great. Obviously, I saw a lot of it last season, and he was a big reason why I went to Bayern Munich in the first place. So yeah, I know his attributes, and I know how good a coach he is, and I think all the boys have been impressed with him, and I think now we're just excited to kind of get out there tomorrow and start the next chapter.
I was looking at some of the stats, and you're on 99 goal involvements for Munich already in a season and 3 quarters, which is absolutely extraordinary. But your first season in Munich under Thomas was amazing, 44 goals. Does he get the best out of you? And if he does, how?
Yeah, I think he did last season. I think, there's no real rules to how I play. I think he sees me as a number 9. I think he sees me as the guy to be in the box and score him the goals. But there was times last year, especially when we was building up, I was the guy to help link the play, to help maybe get us out of a high pressure situation. And then if I did get on the ball, he spoke a lot about the wingers and the number 10 running in behind and having runners for me if I did drop. But I think for this week, for example, I think he wants a lot of the ball in the opposition half. I think he wants a lot of counter pressing. And yeah, he expects me to, be the one in the box and try and score the chances. He's already spoken a lot about getting as many balls as we can into the box as quick as we can. And then, so yeah, I think obviously if last season I had a really good season with him, and there was many reasons why. Obviously the team and the squad is totally different, but yeah, I'm excited to start this England chapter with him, and I'm hoping tomorrow night we can show and continue those kind of numbers.
Thanks. Hi, Harry.
Hi.
We've heard a lot about the style changes from Thomas reflecting the Premier League, but is there anything that's shocked you, or what we're going to see from the England team tomorrow night? Yeah,
I obviously don't want to give away formations or team or anything, but he's definitely spoke a lot about the counter press, when we're losing the ball, especially the attacking players having that responsibility to try and win it back as quick as we can. Yeah, I think we'll build up and to try and play out and try and have a lot of the ball, a lot of the possession, and then ultimately, create a lot of chances. And we have the team to do that. We have a lot of players in good form. We have a lot of young players who bring a lot of energy to the team. And tomorrow night will be down to us to do that. To excite the Wembley crowd. It'll be a tough game, but I think everyone now is just kind of excited to get out there and show what we can do.
And Jordan Henderson is back in the squad, a vocal leader himself. You said you're more of a quiet leader. What's it like having him back in the squad, and what's he brought since returning?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think in any squad you need good leadership and you need different leadership. I've spoke before about how important Jordan had been in other tournaments. I think we complemented each other really well in a leadership role. We're totally different types of leaders, but we both have an impact in how we do it. So yeah, it's great to have him. I know there's been a lot of talk about his leadership, and rightly so, but also Jordan's playing at a high level still. I think even seeing him in training this week, he's been really sharp and really energetic, and I still feel like he's got a lot to give us on the pitch as well. But yeah, Jordan is a leader. He's always been a leader, and he's not afraid to, help push the team and drive the team, whether he's starting or not starting. And I think when you're building a squad to go into a major tournament, you need that good balance of, the experienced ones and the youth ones.
Sven Töllner, Sky Germany. Harry, any German specifics that Thomas has established in the system so far?
Maybe he's been a bit more direct than other managers. So, but no, he's been himself. I think that's the thing with Thomas. He'll always be himself, no matter where he is. And You can see he's extremely proud to be here and excited to be here, and I think that gives an excitement for all the players as well, because we're in this together and we have a big journey ahead, but what can be an amazing journey as well.
He just said it's definitely going to give you a big boost winning your first title. So now that the title is kind of inside, do you feel an effect, a positive effect on your energy?
Well, look, I still feel like there's a long way to go. I know there's a lot of talk around being close, and we've put ourselves in a really good position with 8 games to go. But you know, me more than everyone knows how hard it is to win, and how quick things can change in football. So we're not getting carried away. My focus is here with these 2 games to start our World Cup qualifying in a good place, and then once we get back, it'll be full focus on, you know, the last 8 games in the league, and hopefully a few more in the Champions League as well.
Yes, that's from the back.
Yeah, Harry, you are on the way to become the quickest Bayer player to have 100 Bundesliga goal contributions by a long shot. How come were you able to settle so quick in a new country, a new club?
Yeah, I think it's just maybe my personality and the way I am. You know, no matter what situation I'm in, no matter where I play, home, away, for England, for Bayern, for Tottenham, you know, I back myself to be able to help the team. I back myself to be able to score goals, and that was no different. I was really proud of how I started last year in the Bundesliga. I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, with the help of Thomas and Barry and those guys, I settled in really quick, and just kind of done what I've been doing throughout my whole career. So it's nice to do that again this year, and you know, long may it continue.
Hi, Harry. Thomas mentioned that there have been a lot of smiles within the camp this week. I wondered what you and the other players have done to welcome him as the new manager.
Yeah, not too much, to be honest. I think we've just tried to be as good as we can. We've, you know, been really sharp in training. I feel like he's been really happy with how we've trained, taken on information, because it's not easy. You know, he comes with, you know, he's been waiting for 4 or 5 months. He's a lot of ideas, and obviously a very short time to deliver those ideas, especially on the training pitch. So I feel like all the lads have been really good in taking in that information. The energy, especially in training yesterday, was high level, and I'm sure this afternoon will be the same. So I think his favourite way for us to settle him in and repay him would be to keep doing what we're doing, and of course go and win tomorrow night.
ARD German TV. I was wondering if you could share your thoughts and feelings when you first heard that Thomas Tuchel would now be the national manager. Yeah,
I was surprised, if I'm honest. Yeah, didn't expect it. I guess I just wasn't really thinking of him as a national team coach. But yeah, once, you know, it was announced, I was really excited, because obviously I had the pleasure of working with him last year, and I know what he can bring. I knew what he could bring to this type of squad that we have. And yeah, and you know, obviously we've only been together a few days, but it hasn't disappointed. You know, he's bringing exactly what I thought he would, and I think, you know, camp after camp, you know, as he settles in, as we get to know him more, I think we'll, you know, improve as we go. But yeah, ultimately it's about building up until next year, and these are important camps to do that.
And if you compare the Herr Tuchel that you know from München and Munich, and now Thomas here on the pitch, how do the 2 of them compare? Yeah,
they're pretty much the same. Like I say, there's only been a couple of training sessions with England, but I've said he brings a lot of energy when he's on the pitch, and I think that's definitely fell into the team, and the team have responded to that really well. So yeah, he's, you know, very straight talking. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants from his team. It doesn't matter who you are or how many games you played. He will tell you the same as he would tell one of the young players what he wants, and that's a good standard to set.
Hi Harry, first week back in camp, you mentioned leadership. Have you and the manager spoken about a new leadership group? What would that look like? You had 4 of you in the summer in the Euros, so I'm wondering what that's going to look like. Yeah,
we've had brief conversations with it. It hasn't, you know, officially been formed yet, a leadership group, but yeah, obviously you have myself and you have Hendo, you have Kyle, Obviously, Dan's come into his first camp, but I think Dan's seen as a leader in his role. And then we have the likes of Dec and Jude and players like that who, even though they're younger, have a responsibility to show those leadership qualities as well. So yeah, it hasn't been, spoke about a lot. I'm sure we will over the next few days as well. And I think with Thomas and with Ant especially, the conversations will continue, once we're away from camp as well, up until the June camp. And they're just those type of people that I think the communication will be quite frequent.
Hi, Harry. Obviously, the focus has all been on Thomas this week, but maybe someone the fans don't know much about is Anthony Barry. You've worked with him before at Bayern. What can you tell us about him as a coach and as a person? Yeah,
can't speak highly enough of him, to be honest. He was a big help to me when I went to Bayern, obviously being English, but just helping me out, being there for me off the pitch as well, figuring stuff out with the family and all those sorts of stuff. On the training pitch, he's really, really good. He has high standards for everyone, speaks really clearly, has a good understanding of what makes you successful. And then, off the pitch, he's just there for you. He's just there to have a chat, if it's for 10 minutes, about stuff away from football. He'll be honest with you. He'll tell you his feelings. And, I think he's a vital part of, the coaching team that they have. He's had experience at, other international teams as well. So he knows what it's like in this type of environment. And I think that'll be, really valuable for someone like the coach, like Thomas, and the players as well.
Just wondering, obviously all the talk at the moment is about going to the USA to win the World Cup, which is going to be difficult but achievable for this group. In sort of idle moments when you're relaxing away from the pitch and from training, do you ever let your mind wander and think how it would feel for you to lift that World Cup next summer?
I think that for sure, it will be a dream. So, of course, when you're just thinking about things that you'd love to do, winning the World Cup's right up there at the top of the list. I think you play so many games in a year, you have so many different moments, it's hard to really think that far ahead. Of course, we have to qualify first, which is the most important thing, but not just this year, I think in general, to lift the trophy with England is always in the back of my mind anyway, and it would be a dream to be able to achieve that. And it hurts when we've been so close, and we know, we've been moments away from doing that, but as always, I think that then just gives you more motivation to go that one step further. And for sure, the World Cup's the biggest of them all, and we, like you said, we have that opportunity with this squad to do that, but there'll be a lot of hard work from now until then.
Hi, Harry. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thomas was talking about that when he was watching the Euros, that he felt the tension and the pressure on the players, and you almost playing not to lose. I mean, we know that's not your mentality. We've seen that at club level. But did you feel there was that pressure and tension at the Euros?
I think there was more expectation than what we had in any other tournament. I think I did mention that in the summer, of course, with 2018, there was no expectation. 2020, not so much. The World Cup in Qatar, again, we was probably not the favourites, but we done quite well, and then this one was probably the first one where we was one of the favourites. It was clear that people expected us to win this tournament, and even though I think we leaned on a lot of experience that we have all had in other tournaments, we just couldn't quite find the rhythm. We couldn't quite find that energy together. On one sense, it shows how good our character is and resilience is to still reach a European final in those moments. But for sure, I think when you watch the games back, we didn't have that rhythm that we've had in other games. So I think, Thomas has obviously looked at that. I think he's looked at loads of games, loads of situations. He spoke about interactions with each other on the pitch, about certain moments in games, that dropping off, and that's where you need your... not just your leaders, but you need everyone to feel comfortable in those moments to talk to each other and help each other. And because we're close, we couldn't be any closer as a national team. And Thomas knows you don't have to change everything, but there's a few details that if we do change, we have a good chance of being successful that summer.
Hi, Harry.
Hi.
Just on that note, actually, so Thomas just said to us that he wants the players to stay connected between camps so you can create that special atmosphere. So what does that look like? Is that literally WhatsApp group, or is it calling each other when you know you're facing off against each other in Champions League matches? What does that look like? And is that something you haven't really done well in the past?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, because I think with Gareth, that was a big part of why we were successful, was the fact that we were such a strong group, we were a good group. I think from Thomas, what he's saying is the next step is to really go into detail and be willing to maybe have uncomfortable conversations with each other off the pitch, on the pitch, when things ain't quite going your way. Are you willing to, not just be a friend to your teammate, but also to dig your teammate out and push them on in a different way? So I think it's just that next step. I think you see us around, you've seen enough of us now to know that we all get on really well, and when we're in camp, we enjoy our time together. But ultimately, to be in a winning team, is that uncomfortable moments that you have to still be willing to have those conversations. So I think that's the next step. I think, when we're away, we have a WhatsApp group anyway, so, but also, players are focused on club football, and that's just natural to do that. So yeah, I guess, again, it's obviously a few days in, so we're not 100% sure on what that will look like, but I think we'll have more conversations with probably him and Barry and those players during the off camps, to then talk about stuff, how we can help, the June camp, and then it'll be the September camp. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what that looks like, but I think, if we can just try and get more players to feel comfortable, talking and pushing the other players, I think we'll be in a good place.
And I think this is the 5th England manager, senior manager, that you've worked under. So have you allowed yourself a chance for a bit of reflection, what a decade of being a permanent fixture in the England team looks like? Yeah,
it goes so quick. I mean, yeah, it's scary really, just how quick the career goes, and obviously the England career, especially before you know it, the next major tournament is here. And yeah, I'm extremely proud to wear the badge. I'm extremely proud to be part of this team. I feel like there's a lot to give still on and off the pitch to help this country be successful in a major tournament, and that's my ultimate goal. That'll be the biggest achievement of my career if I'm able to do it. So yeah, I'm extremely grateful to all the managers. I felt like I've had a good relationship with all of them, and I don't expect no different with Thomas now. So it's it's a fresh start, a new start, but just to build on what we've been building over the last 10 years, and just try and go that one step further.
Last question.
Hi Harry, Ellie Pitt, ITV News here. You spoke there about the growing weight of expectation, and there's been a lot spoken about the heavy psychological weight of the England shirt. How much sports psychology support is there for the England players as part of the England training camp infrastructure, and how beneficial do you find that, or would you find that?
Yeah, so we had, I can't remember how long ago, we had someone in camp with us, every camp. We kind of went away from that now a little bit. We have still people that you can talk to, but that's where I think, when I spoke about Ant Barry there and some of the other coaches, John McDermott, and I feel like a lot of the players have enough people to talk to amongst the staff if needed. I think it's a big part of football now, being able to share what you're feeling, good or bad, on a football level and also on a personal level. So especially when you're in major tournaments, when you're in camps, when you're away from your family, when you're in your own bubble for 8 weeks, I'm sure people are going to get on each other's nerves at some point. So yeah, being able to talk about it is important, and I think we've done that well as a national team. And again, it's always something that we're thinking of improving, and we weren't surprised if that maybe changes over the next few camps to get even better as well.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers.